Open-world RPGs promise freedom, but only a few actually make you feel lost, unstoppable, and fully alive in another world. From crumbling wastelands to glowing neon cities, medieval kingdoms, and bizarre fantasy realms, these are the games where your choices hit hard, your journey feels personal, and every hour drags you deeper into the adventure. Get ready to lose yourself completely. Cyberpunk 2077. Cyberpunk 2077 turns Night City into the real main character. Loud, beautiful, dangerous, and completely addicted to chewing people up. From the moment you step onto those neon-soaked streets, everything feels alive. Ads screaming overhead, gangs watching from corners, vendors shouting, rain sliding down metal and glass like the whole city is sweating. You play as V, a merc chasing a bigger life, but Cyberpunk quickly makes you realize that in Night City, ambition always comes with a price. What makes it hit is the freedom. You can sneak through missions like a ghost, hack cameras and enemies from the shadows, or kick the door open with shotguns, cyberware, and blades coming out of your arms. The quests give you space to experiment, and the side stories often cut deeper than expected. Broken cops, lost dreams, desperate people trying to survive one more night. And when you're just riding through the city on a motorcycle, lights flashing past while the soundtrack kicks in, it feels incredible. Cyberpunk isn't perfect, but when it clicks, Night City becomes hard to leave. Kingdom Come Deliverance. Kingdom Come Deliverance is the kind of RPG that refuses to treat you like a legend, and that's exactly why it hits so hard. You're not a chosen one, not a dragon slayer, not some magical warrior. You're Henry, a blacksmith's son who can barely swing a sword, read a book, or survive a real fight when the story begins. But after tragedy tears his life apart, his journey becomes painfully personal. The world of 15th century Bohemia feels grounded, dirty, and alive. Villages follow routines, nobles judge your appearance, shops close, people remember your actions, and even walking around covered in blood can change how others treat you. Every skill is earned through practice, from fighting and reading to sneaking and persuasion. Combat is tough, slow, and technical, making every victory feel deserved. Kingdom Come can be clunky, harsh, and unforgiving, but that's its magic. You don't become a hero because the game says so. You become one because you survived every painful step.
Yeah. Oh, let's see.
Fallout New Vegas. Fallout New Vegas is ugly, dusty, broken, and somehow more alive than most modern open-world RPGs. It drops you into the Mojave Wasteland and basically says, good luck, don't die. No hand-holding, no fake freedom. Just a world full of factions, lies, politics, and consequences waiting to explode in your face. One minute you're helping a small town survive, the next you're accidentally shaping the future of an entire region. NCR, Caesar's Legion, Mr. House, or your own wildcard path. Every side wants something, and every choice comes with a cost. Yeah, the combat is clunky, the animations are stiff, and the bugs are basically part of the furniture, but New Vegas survives because the writing is that good. Every town has secrets, every character has an angle, and even the weirdest moments, Elvis gangs, casino politics, cannibal hotels, somehow fit perfectly. It's not polished, but it's smart, reactive, and unforgettable. New Vegas doesn't just let you explore a wasteland. It lets you ruin it, save it, or completely reshape it your way. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is the game that made open-world side quests feel like main quests. It doesn't just throw a giant map at you and hope size does the work. It fills every swamp, village, island, and back road with stories that feel human, messy, and unforgettable. You play as Geralt of Rivia, a tired monster hunter who has seen too much, trusts almost nobody, and is just trying to find Ciri, the girl he sees as his daughter. That emotional core is what keeps the whole journey grounded. One moment you're tracking a beast through the woods, the next you're helping a ghost find peace or realizing the monster might not be the real villain. Combat isn't perfect, but preparation gives it weight. Oils, potions, signs, and knowing what you're hunting actually matter. And the choices hit hard because they're rarely clean. Sometimes the right decision still ruins someone's life. The Witcher 3 works because its world doesn't feel built for you. It feels like it existed before you arrived, and it will keep bleeding after you leave.
Yeah! Unfolded order! Tear off! Nils gone! That's enough of that. Nils gone!
Yakuza Like a Dragon. Yakuza Like a Dragon is weird, hilarious, emotional, and somehow one of the most heartfelt RPGs on this list. You play as Ichiban Kasuga, a low-level Yakuza who goes to prison for a crime he didn't commit, believing he's doing the honorable thing. But when he gets out 18 years later, the world has moved on, his clan has changed, and the people he trusted most have left him with nothing. What makes Ichiban special is that he doesn't turn cold. He's goofy, loyal, painfully optimistic, and sees the world like a classic turn-based RPG, which is exactly how the combat works. Street fights become full-party battles with job classes, buffs, status effects, and ridiculous attacks from breakdancing to weaponized pigeons. Yokohama isn't massive, but it's packed with side stories, minigames, dungeons, business management, and strange little moments that make it feel alive. Like a Dragon works because beneath all the absurd comedy, it's really about found family, second chances, and climbing out of rock bottom with people who still believe in you.
Okay, you're in it now. Don't get caught. This. Take your best shot. Come on, fight. Let's go. Okay. Cool. Get serious. Check this out. I'm up. I feel the stats going up.
Xenoblade Chronicles. Xenoblade Chronicles doesn't just give you a big world, it gives you a world built on the bodies of two dead titans, and somehow that insane idea actually works. From the moment you step out into those massive fields with creatures roaming in the distance and skies shifting above you, the game makes exploration feel almost magical. You play as Shulk, a young man pulled into a war after his home is attacked by the Mechon, and once he takes up the Monado, a sword that can see glimpses of the future, the story grows from simple revenge into something much bigger, stranger, and more emotional. The open areas are huge, but they're not empty. Glowing jungles, ancient ruins, floating islands, hidden bosses, NPC schedules, and monsters way above your level all make the world feel alive and dangerous. Combat starts simple, then slowly opens into timing, positioning, party synergy, and future-changing strategy. Xenoblade Chronicles is epic, weird, emotional, and unforgettable. The kind of RPG where you look at the horizon and actually want to walk there.
What's happening, Rap? Looks like they saw us. Backslash! No messing around. Moving close. Sliding slinger! Furious blast! Side slash! Break out those guns! Touch the hand!
Scream edge! Scream edge! Engines destroyed. Move in and strike. Watch out, let's strike.
Backslash! Hang on! Sliding slinger!
Yeah, you're on top of us now.
Side slash!
Fable II.
Clock tower in the main square.
Keep hitting it like that.
Fable II has a charm that's almost impossible to fake. It's not the biggest RPG, not the deepest, and definitely not the most serious, but that's exactly why it stands out. You start as a poor kid on the streets with your sister, just trying to survive, and then one tragedy changes everything. Years later, your story becomes one of revenge, but Fable II never locks you into one kind of hero. You can be noble, selfish, ridiculous, terrifying, or all of that in the same afternoon. Towns remember you. People cheer, fear, mock, or fall in love with you based on how you live. You can buy houses, get married, raise a family, become a landlord, or just cause absolute nonsense in public because the game actually lets you play with the world. The combat is simple but smooth, mixing swords, guns, and magic without overcomplicating things. And watching your hero physically change, halos, horns, glowing hands, scars, makes every choice feel personal. Fable II is cozy, weird, emotional, and full of personality.
Good buddy, pal!
You are badly wounded. Or food to heal.
Don't let it bite you! I was gonna kill you quick, but now I'm
Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning feels like that hidden fantasy RPG you randomly discover and then wonder why more people don't talk about it. You literally begin as a corpse dumped on a pile of bodies until fate breaks and brings you back to life. And that's the hook. Everyone in this world has a destiny, except you. You're the one person who can rewrite the future, and the game uses that idea to give you real freedom in how you build your character. The world is bright, colorful, and packed with forests, ruins, caves, cities, factions, and endless loot to chase. But the real star is the combat. Amalur doesn't feel slow or stiff like many older RPGs. It moves fast, almost like an action game, with dodges, combos, magic, daggers, swords, bows, and brutal finishers. The story may not hit as hard emotionally, and the world can feel a little checklist heavy, but the moment-to-moment gameplay is addictive. It's pure fantasy comfort food. Loot, level up, explore, destroy everything, repeat. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth feels like a massive blockbuster RPG that still remembers the heart of the original. After escaping Midgar, Cloud and the crew finally step into the wider world, and suddenly the journey feels bigger, brighter, and way more emotional. You've got Cloud struggling with his memories, Sephiroth haunting the story like a shadow, and a party full of characters who bring warmth, humor, and pain to every chapter. The open zones are beautiful. Forests, coastlines, mountains, towns, chocobo routes, each one packed with side quests, mini-games, hidden bosses, and moments that make the world feel alive. Yeah, it can get a little busy with icons and activities, but when you're exploring with this cast, it rarely feels empty. Combat is fast, stylish, and tactical, mixing real-time action with classic command-based strategy, now with synergy attacks that make teamwork feel powerful. Rebirth is bold, emotional, sometimes confusing, but always cinematic. It's not just revisiting a legendary story, it's reshaping it into something huge, beautiful, and unforgettable.
Don't give up now, you guys!
Oh, you in trouble now. Get alive. Special delivery. Let's light 'em up.
Like dynamite! This one's for you!
Just like that. You got my back. You're up, cat.
You will never!
Lay down, asshole. Good one. I'm in. I'm coming for you. Guess it's my turn.
Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen is one of those RPGs that feels rough at first, then slowly grabs you by the throat and refuses to let go. You start as a nobody in a quiet village until a dragon crashes into your life, burns everything down, and literally rips your heart out. Somehow, you survive. And from that moment, your journey feels cursed, dangerous, and strangely personal. The world isn't the biggest, but it feels wild and unsafe in a way most RPGs don't. Traveling at night is genuinely tense, because without a lantern, the darkness can swallow you whole. Wolves, bandits, ogres, griffins, anything can turn a simple walk into a desperate fight. But the combat is where Dragon's Dogma becomes special. Climbing onto massive monsters, stabbing weak points, switching classes, casting huge spells, and fighting alongside pawns gives every battle real energy. It's janky, mysterious, and sometimes confusing. But when it clicks, it feels like an adventure you actually survived, not just completed. Outward. Outward is the RPG that strips away the power fantasy and asks a scarier question. What if you were just a normal person trying not to die? You don't begin as a chosen hero or legendary warrior. You wake up in debt, broke, and one bad decision away from losing everything. From there, the world opens up, but not in a friendly way. Every journey matters because survival is part of the adventure. You need food, water, sleep, warmth, medicine, and actual preparation before heading into the wild. A simple trip to another town can turn into a nightmare if the weather changes, your lantern runs out, or bandits catch you slipping. Combat is slow, tactical, and punishing, forcing you to use stamina, traps, buffs, and patience instead of button mashing. And failure doesn't just mean reloading a save, you might wake up captured, robbed, or dragged somewhere far from safety. Outward is tough, strange, and sometimes frustrating, but when you finally survive a brutal journey, it feels genuinely earned. Divinity Original Sin 2. Divinity Original Sin 2 is the kind of RPG that doesn't just ask what you want to do, it quietly smiles and says, "Try it." You begin as a prisoner, locked away because of your dangerous magic, but the moment the game opens up, it becomes pure freedom. Create your own character or step into one of the origin heroes, each with their own secrets, trauma, and personal story that actually matters. The world isn't one giant seamless map, but every zone feels like a sandbox full of possibilities. You can talk, steal, sneak, teleport, poison, burn, bless, betray, or accidentally start chaos because you touched the wrong thing. And the combat is brilliant. It's turn-based but never boring because the environment is part of the fight. Fire spreads, water conducts electricity, blood can freeze, enemies can be teleported into disaster, and every battle feels like a puzzle you can break in your own way. Divinity 2 is slow, deep, and text-heavy, but if you love true role-playing, this is one of the smartest RPGs ever made. Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodlines. Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodlines is messy, old, and janky, but it has more atmosphere than most polished RPGs could ever dream of. This isn't a massive open world, it's a set of dark, dense hubs across Los Angeles. But every street, club, alley, and haunted hallway feels soaked in secrets. You play as a newly turned vampire thrown into undead politics before you even understand the rules, and from there, the game becomes a nightmare of clans, betrayals, manipulation, and survival. Your clan choice changes everything. Smooth-talking Ventru, brutal Bruja, hidden Nosferatu, or the completely unhinged Malkavian, whose dialogue alone makes the game worth replaying. Quests rarely have one solution. You can persuade, hack, sneak, fight, seduce, or use blood powers to bend situations your way. Yeah, the combat is rough and the age shows hard, but the writing, voice acting, music, and grimy goth punk mood are unforgettable. Bloodlines feels dangerous, stylish, and alive in a way few RPGs ever manage. GreedFall. GreedFall may not have the biggest budget or the flashiest presentation, but it has that old-school RPG soul that slowly pulls you in. You play as Desardet, a noble sent to the mysterious island of Tirfrade, a place filled with magic, strange creatures, political tension, and maybe even the cure to a deadly disease destroying your homeland. But the real hook is how messy the island becomes once you arrive. Every faction wants control. Religious zealots, scholars, merchants, native clans. And you're constantly stuck in the middle trying to negotiate peace while everyone hides something. The world is built from large handcrafted zones, with forests, ruins, villages, and cities that carry a strong colonial fantasy vibe. Combat mixes swords, guns, magic, traps, and tactical pauses, giving you enough freedom to shape your playstyle. But the companions are where GreedFall really shines. They argue, react, trust you, or turn away depending on your choices. It's rough around the edges, sure, but its atmosphere, diplomacy, and consequences make it deeply memorable. Divinity Original Sin 2. Divinity Original Sin 2 is the kind of RPG that doesn't just ask what you want to do, it quietly smiles and says, try it. You begin as a prisoner, locked away because of your dangerous magic, but the moment the game opens up, it becomes pure freedom. Create your own character or step into one of the origin heroes, each with their own secrets, trauma, and personal story that actually matters. The world isn't one giant seamless map, but every zone feels like a sandbox full of possibilities. You can talk, steal, sneak, teleport, poison, burn, bless, betray, or accidentally start chaos because you touched the wrong thing. And the combat is brilliant. It's turn-based but never boring because the environment is part of the fight. Fire spreads, water conducts electricity, blood can freeze, enemies can be teleported into disaster, and every battle feels like a puzzle you can break in your own way. Divinity 2 is slow, deep, and text-heavy, but if you love true role-playing, this is one of the smartest RPGs ever made.